What's going on, my ginger cornets? So a pretty long time ago, I made a video predicting Ash's final team for the current series. But that video, that is probably the most outdated video on this entire channel. This was from back when we literally didn't know anything about Pokemon Journeys, or Pokemon 2019, or just Pokemon, I don't know. And to sum it up, I said Ash would be competing in the Galar Gym Challenge, like everyone thought, and he would catch a score bunny. I don't think I've been that wrong since I said Noctowl was a psychic type. Twice. But now that we're quite a ways into Journeys, and Ash has been catching some very unpredictable Pokemon, I felt like this would be a fun topic to revisit. So here's my updated take on what Ash's final team will be for the current series. And if I'm wrong, feel free to send me a hateful email. But first, let's get one thing straight. Is Mr. Mime now an official member of Ash's team? To that, I say yes. But also no. Like many, I don't think Mr. Mime will be one of Ash's core Pokemon. It's more so the series' comic relief character. But yes, I do feel that it's technically part of the team for one major reason, and that being, I highly doubt this team will be limited to 6 Pokemon. I mean, obviously Ash wouldn't be able to battle or travel with more than 6, they're not about to break one of the franchise's oldest rules, but rather, I feel like Ash will use a rotation of Pokemon, similar to what he did in Best Wishes. We've already kind of seen this with Go, and with Ash living at Sakuragi's lab alongside his Pokemon, limiting the team to 6 wouldn't really make much sense. Plus, that would only leave one extra spot if we count Mr. Mime, which doesn't seem right. But which Pokemon will Ash likely be catching? Well, if we start with the obvious one, I'd say it's pretty clear by now that Ash will be catching Sobble. It's only a matter of time before he catches a Galar Pokemon, and frankly I'm surprised it's been taking this long. Plus, a Japanese trailer had Ash's voice asking Sobble to come with him. Also, I do think Ash will fully evolve his team in this series, aside from Pikachu, since his dream of winning the World Championship is definitely his most ambitious yet. Plus, he's already been catching fully evolved Pokemon, so it's clear the writers intend on giving Ash a powerful team. I mean, could you imagine the outcry if Riolu never evolves? I don't want to live in a world where Cameron gets a Lucario, but Ash doesn't. And before you ask, no, I don't really see Ash catching Grookey. I think they'll save it for when they inevitably introduce Hop. However, I do feel Ash will catch a Corviknight. I mean, come on, it's just such an iconic Galar Pokemon. Sure, he already has a flying type in Dragonite, but that mentality sure didn't stop his Kalos team. Nothing could stop his Kalos team, except this guy, of course. Next, I feel like with the Isle of Armor expansion around the corner, it would make sense for Ash to catch a Cubfu. And since its evolution, Urshifu, has 2 different forms depending on how it's trained, I think it would be cool if Ash got one form and another trainer got the other. The obvious candidate for this would be Go, but I could see a potential new rival obtaining this opposite form of Urshifu, kind of like Ash and Gladion with Lycanroc. Or who knows, maybe they'll give it to Koharu, that would certainly be unexpected. And yes, I am saying Koharu, not Chloe. You can add that to the angry email if you want. There's also the Crown Tundra expansion, but it's far too early in my opinion to make any predictions on what Ash could catch there. Be like trying to predict Nintendo's upcoming release schedule. Smash Bros. Brawl 2. Although catching a new Galarian form would be cool. But let's move away from Galar. I'd say there's a clear popularity pattern with Ash's Pokemon so far. Which is why, I just need to say it, I think Ash will end up catching Gardevoir. Aside from maybe Lucario, Gardevoir is probably the most popular Pokemon that isn't a starter, legendary, or evolution. Okay, if we're being technical, Mimikyu and Garchomp are ranked higher, but I don't see either of those happening. Mimikyu already had its time in the spotlight, and while Ash does have a Gibble, and in my old video I did predict it coming back and evolving, I feel a certain lovable Hug Dragon may have taken that chance away. Or maybe not, throwback to that Kalos joke I made a minute ago. But here's a Pokemon you may remember, Larvitar. Ash did travel with a Larvitar in the Johto region, and even hatched it from an egg. However, he never officially caught it, and ended up leaving it with its mother. Oh, screw you, nature, it belonged to Ash. I think it would be really cool to see this Larvitar come back and choose to travel with Ash once again, becoming an official party member. Actually, in the Ash and Pikachu manga, it was part of Ash's team. And hey, Sun and Moon showed a flashback to Ash and Larvitar, so it's clear the writers haven't forgotten about it. And while we're on the topic, let's go over some Pokemon I feel Ash will bring back from past series. I don't think any of these will end up becoming core team members, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them return briefly. While I don't think we'll be seeing any of Ash's Pokemon at Oak's lab for quite a while, Kukui's lab is a different story. These Pokemon are all fairly recent, and with Journeys feeling the most like Sun and Moon tone-wise, I think we'll see these guys returning fairly soon. We already saw Ash's Lycanroc in the end credits, with no explanation as to why. This seems like some kind of hint. Then again, we also saw Grookey, so And who knows, maybe we could finally see Incineroar battle. Next, I'd say it's about time Primeape returns. Ash is staying in Kanto again, and it's the only Pokemon he put in training that we never got to see again. They could also address the fact that Ash literally got scammed out of it. And lastly, I think Greninja will eventually come back. It was voted the most popular Pokemon after all. But let me know your predictions in the comments. Hopefully this video ages better than the last one I made on the subject. Hey guys, I know life's absolutely insane right now outside, but it truly is awesome to see so many people standing up against injustice in our society. Just please remember to take care of yourself during these times. I know it can be pretty difficult right now. And while it's important to know what's going on in the world, if you feel you need to take a break from social media or the internet or anything like that, then by all means, go ahead. Life can be extremely stressful, especially right now, so just please take care.